Hello, so today we are going to start a new chapter. So this is the first part of the new chapter. So we are going to talk about chapter 10, that is linear programming. So this linear programming comes out in paper 2. So you have 10 marks is for section C, okay? So it's quite a simple topic. I encourage you all to do, okay? It's not that difficult, okay? So the main thing in linear programming, what's the first thing that you will see in linear programming? So when you talk about linear programming, you will come across inequalities. So if I say inequalities, there are 4 types of inequality: greater, less, greater and equal, less and equal. Okay. When you get the equal sign, you have a solid line, a darkened black line like that. Without the equal sign, you remember, if you don't have an equal sign, this is a comma here, okay, you have a dash line. Okay, that's very important, okay? So when we talk about inequalities and we want to shade the region that satisfy the inequalities, there are 2 cases. Okay, so what you have to do in the exam, you look at your equation of the line. So ax plus by equals to c. You look at the b. If your b is greater than 0, then you do this. Okay, let's have a look. Let's say you have a line here. My line here is known as y is equal to x plus 1. That's my line. My line is y equal to x plus 1. Okay, I want to check for the presence of the 0 and 0, the point 0, 0 here. Okay, what does it satisfy? Which inequality does it satisfy? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to substitute the point 0, 0 here. X is 0, y is 0. So y is 0. X is also 0 plus 1. So we have a 0 and then we have a 1. Of course, 0 is less than 1. So you have less, you have less. You notice not? The point 0, 0 is below the line. So when the point is below the line, it satisfies this inequality. Y is less than x plus 1. So if you have ax plus by equals to c, that means it satisfies ax plus by is less than c. But be careful, Cikgu already told you that the b must be greater than 0. Okay, if below the line is less, so above the line will be just the opposite of it. So it will be greater than x plus 1. That means it satisfies ax plus by is greater than c. Okay, so we can draw a conclusion here. If your b is greater than 0, then above your line, above the line is always greater, and below the line is always less than. Okay, so that's the first part, that's case 1. Okay, let's look at case 2. Okay, this is my case 2. So if you look at case 2, you notice, okay, my b is less than 0. The b is less than 0. So I've given an example here. Can you see my b is negative 1 here? Okay, so if my b is negative 1 here, I'm going to check again for the point here. This is my point. Okay, this is my point 0 and 0. This is my line. X minus y is equals to 3. X is 0. Y is equal to negative 3. Here is negative 3. Okay, y is 0. X is equals to 3. This is my line, okay? So I'm going to put in the point 0, 0 again. This is my point 0, 0. So 0 is an easy point to substitute. X is 0, y is 0. So this is a 3. So 0 and a 3. What do you notice? 0 is less than 3. 0 is less than 3. You notice not? This point is above the line. Although it's above the line, it is less than 0. So our inequality is x minus y is less than 3. Okay, although it's above the line. Okay, this satisfies ax plus by is less than c, but be careful, your b must be less than 0. Okay. What about below the line? It's just the opposite of what we have been studying. So below the line will be x minus y. Below should be less, but today is greater than 3. Okay, so because ax plus by is greater than c, but your b is less than what? Less than 0. So I just want to draw your attention to this part here. So make sure you keep looking at this y in front of the y. If there's a negative sign here, I just want you to be careful because above the line is less, below the line is greater. Okay, so I want you to sketch and shade the region satisfied by each of the following. So you are given a few lines here. I want you to sketch and shade the region satisfied by these lines. Okay, after you have finished that, that's for question 1. So for question 2, I want you to give me the linear inequality that satisfy the following shaded region. Okay, let's say the point here is -3. Okay, if the point here is -3, what is the linear inequality that satisfy here? Okay, you notice the line here is y equal to what? -3. Okay, but you have below. So below -3, it will be less than -3. So my answer is y is less than -3. Why isn't there an equal sign here? Can you see my dash line? Okay, so the moment you have a dash line, there won't be an equal sign. Okay, so I've got a few questions for you to try, a few different questions. Okay, I wanted you to try all these questions. Okay, then in part 2 of linear programming, I will check your answers. Okay, okay, make it clearer. Okay, is it clear now? Okay, okay, yeah, thank you.